Hello. It's time. I know, I think the last stream I said I would do the next stream in only like a few days, and then I lied. But, you know, that's show business. You know, what actor hasn't, I'm not an actor, but, you know, nothing in show business is entirely pure. I've committed some sins. It's okay. We made it. We did it. I mean, you didn't do anything. You just sat there. You didn't help me at all. And I kind of, you know, I think I resent the viewer for it. I'm trying to build a new type of. I'm trying to build instead of a parasocial relationship. I'm trying to build an antisocial relationship. I want my viewers to be constantly under duress and stress and like complete anxiety every time they enter my stream. It should be the equivalent of like when you're like 10 and going to like the dentist and you know you didn't floss for like the last 6 months and you remember the dentist appointment was coming up, and so like last week you started flossing again, but you know that they're gonna pick on you, they're gonna single you out and be like, I can tell you haven't been flossing because look at all this gunk in between your teeth, you're disgusting, and then they like punch you. Anybody ever have that experience? It's kind of weird how that happens at every dentist. They like put you under that bright light and then they like assault you. It's really weird.
Who works hard, sweats hard.
That is an ad, that's not music. Why is my ad block not working? Alright, that's dumb. Alright, ignore that. We don't even need the music anyways, because we have God's greatest music of all, as I'd like to call it, which is ignore, that's not important. Don't ignore that. God's greatest gift of all, which is water and the fish. Bible says they. No, first there was light. Then he made the earth. Then was it day 3? He made water. He made the oceans. And then Rayquaza showed up. Then there was like bunch of dogs, bunch of birds in the sky, the buff men in the clouds. Then there's a bunch of like weird abstract creatures scattered about. There's like a dream pixie, time pixie, space pixie. Weird myths, man. But anyways, so the conceit of this stream, I think, might be obvious by the title and what's on the screen. I have committed. I don't play video games anymore. I haven't played a video games in 7 weeks, 7 years, and 7 months. And I'm proud of my sobriety. Ever since there, I was like, I gotta put this shit off. I don't want to end up at the bottom of a sewer. So I said no more video game. I'm gonna only bother with the most pure things, and what can be purer than that which is purified every day by the ocean. Well, in this case it's an aquarium, but it's cleaned by the aquarium workers every day, which is about as good as it gets. Without getting a bunch of like salt in your lungs. So, we're just gonna talk. This is not a podcast. I have to make that very clear. I spiritually am against podcasts. I find them an affront to most things, and I don't want to be associated with them. But this is a talking forward experience. There will be no. I mean, you could hyperfixate on the aquarium. To be honest, there's like 100 little creatures that you could be rooting for. You could play that horse game with these aquarium creatures. I guess you could play a Musume. That's right. I think I got like the vowels, but I don't think I got like the flow. But you could play that horse game with fish instead, except they're not anime girls, which I think makes it better. I mean, and you can still do like Yuri with them. I mean, there's all sorts of like why don't we have fish Yuri? There needs to be a discussion on this shit. There's not like, I don't know. I think there are people in this world with narrow-minded viewpoints, and clearly they cannot have their minds changed unless they see the light for themselves. And I think part of that is you were raised from birth, Disney, the Lion King. It's it's furry head slop, and I think to grow as a society, we need to admit that, and we can learn and improve, and we can look past wild animals and look to the sea. I mean, is anybody... Actually, I just was thinking, like, has anybody done like fanfiction of like Finding Nemo? And then I realized it's like is it a Pixar film? I think it's a Pixar film. Whatever it is, it's a popular animated film. So like, of course, people are gonna write fanfiction about Finding Nemo. Hey, I'm talking about Fish Yuri. If you're interested, I just thought we're talking about like important shit. Okay, I know that there's a lot of things that are on people's minds. What's happening with the world, what's with the economy, and can I get a job this year without dying from all the flooding and hurricanes and tornadoes? Who's in the Epstein files? But I'm here. I don't look past any of it. I'm talking about Fish Yuri. And I mean, think about it. There's so many of them. Have you ever looked at the sea? I mean, look at what's on our screen right now. Look at how many different types of fish there are. You know how many mammals all look the same? Foxes and dogs. Ooh, creative. They all have 4 legs. Oh, lions and tigers. That's real smart. Look at the variety on our stream. All right, this is unprecedented. There's so many colors baked in. I mean, you don't have to even bother with all the... If you want neon colors for your Sona... Why did I lose all my bitrate? Okay, sorry. I think they dropped my bitrate when they heard the Epstein files. Anyways, if you want flashy colors for your Sona, you don't need to color any like existing animals. Just look to the sea, brother, or sister, or sibling. There's all the neon colors you want in the ocean, and it's baked in. It's realistic, and it looks cool. So I'm running for president of United States of America, and I propose that 20% of all persona production will be dedicated to creatures of the sea. There will be an Anthrocon exhibit dedicated to pro swimming. I guess, okay. I hate that this is the first lengthy segment that I'm coming up with for my talk stream, but like I have to keep going. You can't do fur suits for like fish characters. You have to do like scale suits, like diving type material, but like with fish designs, I guess, like anthropomorphic fish designs, which I don't know if that would be way worse or way better if you're like trying to deal with the heat. I mean, there's less material, but like a scale suit seems too complex. But you can't do fur. That's just not right. Who's gonna pay for that? There's manufacturers. People make scale suits. Companies make it. Just commission one of their designers and engineers, and I guess you would probably, yeah. I guess it's kind of hard to make from like a mold. You'd probably need like you could. I mean, this is an untapped market. It's an unfished ocean, as one could say. It's the first person to figure this shit out is gonna make huge bank. They're gonna be a millionaire. From all like the fish sonas. Honestly, thinking about it, okay, this isn't the Avatar Navi. I don't think they're like fish people per se, but like there's a lot of water in those movies, and they are like blue. So I feel like, I don't know, maybe the next generation will be raised on fish. I mean, I know. Listen, Disney likes to control. Oh shit, that guy got close. That's scary. I know Disney likes to control our generations with their fucking furry mind programs. Every like 30 years they release like a new furry movie to like control the youth. They had like Robin Hood in the 70s or whatever. They had Lion King in the 90s, and then as Utopia, the most recent example. But I mean, maybe the next one will be fish based, and then we'll have all sorts of fish sonas, and then in like 20 years from now, it'll be crazy. And then we'll have wars because like, I don't know, it'll be like, I mean, tons of fish are dying too because like all the garbage in the oceans and like global warming. Like kids 20 years from now are not gonna have as much fish to make sonas out of, and that's really sad. Why has nobody thought about this? It's really messed up. Anyways, I don't care if it's complex. I want fish scale suits at the next. I want that to be the next fursuit, and I want a pro swimming. I want an Olympic pool brought into a Midwest Fur Fest, and they're gonna compete, I guess. I don't know what else you could do. I guess you could still do breakdancing or whatever the hell. I don't know. What else do you do? They could do they could have an aquarium. What if they just okay, get a big thing of glass, fill up an entire aquarium, and just put a bunch of divers in there with fish costumes on for their like skill suits, and then there's an aquarium with it's a win-win because it's nice to look at, and then it's also like a enrichment for all the fish role players. I'm imagining a world that like I feel somebody has to have thought of this, And I know there's like people that like think of this like, haha, what if those freaky furries were fish instead? That would be weird. But I'm trying to like envision a better future for our children. That sounds bad. I don't mean that in like a motivated way of any kind, but you know, I just, you know, the situation of our world is not like great, and I want to dream better. God, those fish are crazy, man. They get so close. Do they know they're like this? It is. I will get off the fish eventually, but it is crazy that you can just put a bunch of fish like this in a giant tank and they won't kill each other normally. I know it's like because they all have like completely different diets and environments, but like it's just weird. I've like imagine a zoo exhibit with like 50 different animals, like a fucking Noah's Ark exhibit. It has like monkeys and wolves and like lions and deer and foxes and fucking red pandas. It would not. It would. The zoo would like explode in like a day. They'd have like a Jurassic Park situation, man. It's like not okay. You can't even put like more than like, I don't know, 2 types of fox in the same exhibit. I feel it's just, I don't know, something like is too dangerous about that. But we can fit like 100 different species in this like tank. The world is so crazy. The world is so crazy, man. Anyways, I think. Oh, I wanted to address the last time I streamed. I said I would stream again at the end of stream in like a few days, and I didn't. I didn't stream for like 2 weeks. What happened was I got a bunch of side quests. Well, I don't know if I could call them side quests. I got a bunch of main quests attached to me. Like the streaming was the side quest, and then I accidentally like hit like a trigger, and then I had to do like 50 hours of main story content without like being able to save or like exit the space. There was no free roam. So basically, like I think like the day after my last stream, I had to like go over to my grandma's house like 4 or 5 days in a row and like troubleshoot a bunch of shit for her, because she got like it's crazy. Old people will just pay for anything if they've paid for it for like 20 years. It doesn't matter how expensive it is. And for her, like a lot of old people, I suspect, it was cable was unbelievably expensive. Like cable now, even if you're on like if you've paid for cable past like the promotional period, it's like insane. I think she was paying like something like $240 a month for cable for like TV, which is like I can't think of many other things that cost that much. I don't even think like I think there's insurance policies that probably cost less than that, like health insurance policies, even if you're like self-employed. $240 a month is like so absurdly expensive, especially if you're not on like active income. So our plan was to get her off that and put her on a cell provider instead, and then she'll just get internet through that, and she'll do phone service through that, because she still has like a landline and everything. She's never been able to like figure out a smartphone or like a flip phone. It's landline or bust. So that's fine. You just have to make sure your internet can do VoIP, which is I guess like voice over internet thing. And that's fine. That's pretty standard with most internet providers. Except if your internet provider has a specific setting disabled, that is just like I looked up the setting. The setting is called SIPALGS. I don't know what the hell it stands for, but if you have this setting enabled, it makes VoIP impossible. And I've looked it up. I don't know what it's supposed to do or why it has any benefit or why it's ever turned on. Everybody who's ever talked about it says, yeah, there's like no reason to keep this on, but it was on with our new internet provider for her, so that's great. So that means she can't call in or out to anybody. So she's stuck at the house with no contact, no way to contact the outside world. So that's pretty bad. So I go through like a 4-day troubleshooting process of like hacking into like the router and installing new like there's already a router for the cell provider, but then there was like another router to connect to that to like try and like it's like a third party router, and that would like distribute the internet, that would like allow you to customize some settings and stuff, but that didn't work either. So I had to call support for that third party router so that they could fix it. Eventually my goat, let me let me shout her out. What is it? What was her name? I had the support of who was it? Yeah, I gotta look through my Discord because I remember I was so happy that this issue took me like more than like 10 hours, like collectively, to fix. Janine was my support goat. Sorry, I lost the aquarium. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I had to deal with that, but it was finally fixed. Thanks, Janine. I think all it took, by the way, was just like changing the port number, because the setting was only enabled on like the default port. So as soon as you change the port number, it just works fine. But you can't change the port number by yourself. Yet the provider has to be the one to do that. So, but yeah, I spent so much time on that. We finally fixed it, and then the next day I'm like chilling out finally, and I go into the kitchen to get lunch, and I hear a popping noise from the water heater that I've never heard before in my entire life. Now, I didn't know it was the water heater at first. I just heard it from some machinery behind some closed doors. So I immediately ran out the house and was panicking. Was like, is that a fucking gas leak? It was not. It was just the water heater was fucked. So yeah, no hot water. That was that was more than a week ago. That was like 9 days ago. I only got it fixed like 2 days ago. It was such a... I called one plumber, and they explicitly on their like business card say like, gas and like water heater, maybe not water heater service, but like gas and like heater and like water service. And I called their number, and the HR or whatever, the receptionist immediately tells me we don't do water heaters. So I wasted that call. I had to wait until my dad could like find out like a better plumber to actually call. So I had to wait like another day to call somebody else. Eventually called them, and they said it would take like another 4 days for them to come out. So I waited until Thursday for them to come out, and then they said, I brought the wrong water here. I didn't realize yours was short. Also, we need to redo your pipes because they look bad. So they come back with another guy the next day, and they spend like, I think they were working from like 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. They had to build in like an entirely new base for us, because the old water heater base that I was standing on was like decrepit little like wood that was just gonna break immediately. So they went to Menards and built an entirely new base out of wood for us. They installed a new water heater. They redid some pipes. Finally, fucking worked. And then that was resolved on Friday afternoon. So then, that was the last. But I've been dealing with like some side quest shit for like the past 3 weeks now, I feel. And it's like entirely out of my control. Also, I mowed like right after the water heater was installed, because my grass was, the grass was overgrown, and I found like a dead rabbit like right just in the lawn. I had no idea what happened. It was the middle of the day. I don't think predators come out at that time. I don't think it was even particularly hot. So I don't know if it was like a snake, but there's no like venomous snakes around. Only garter snakes. So I don't know, that wouldn't make sense. So did it just fucking die? Did it just catch the plague and collapsed? I don't know. I've never seen a rabbit just fall over just in the lawn. It wasn't like it didn't get run over or anything. Like, I don't get it. I just have like all the four horsemen of the apocalypse are like coming after me. It's like I'm gonna get Final Destination is the problem. I'm gonna get like fucking people are gonna come after me, man. I don't know. I'm scared that like the troubles are gonna keep continuing. I'm gonna walk outside and like a comically large piano falls on my head. I open my mouth and they're all replaced by the keys. And I play music with my mouth. People are out to get you, man. This is what this is about. People are out to fucking get you. And you gotta be careful. And it's like, I don't know. And it sucks to have all of that happen to all these like intrusions when you like, all I have to do is search for a job. That's easier said than done. But when your routine gets interrupted like every day, it kind of sucks. I'm bad at like, I have to like have to take my time to like get into a flow state, and then once I'm in that flow state, I can be pretty productive. But as soon as something interrupts me, it takes like another hour at least to lock back in. Like, I'm bad at getting interrupted. So yeah, it just sucks because I feel like I've been unproductive, even though I've just had to deal with shit like past 2 weeks. Anyways, that was my extended grievance of all the shit I have to deal with. I know it's not like that bad on the whole. There's worse things happening, obviously, but it's just annoying to deal with in succession. What else happened? I watched Steins Gate. I watched the entirety of Steins Gate as well. Because when you're tuckered out and out of energy from the day, I figured like, well, I've got time now, I guess. So I guess I'll watch Steins Gate finally, because people have recommended it to me like for the past 6-7 years or something. And it was pretty good. It was good. It was quite a good anime. I think I was under the impression that it was going to be like super serious, like right from the get-go, like this very dramatic show, I guess. I don't know why I always expect that when like, I don't think I've ever watched an anime that's like that. Even like the darkest stuff has like a pretty light start. And Steins Gate does get pretty serious later on, but like it's pretty much a comedy for like the first 8 episodes or something, which I wasn't expecting. But yeah, pretty good. My only complaint was the handling of one specific character, which I've already ranted about at length to friends, so I don't really want to repeat. But if you know the show, you probably know who I'm talking about. Just seeing that writing was like so frustrating. It's overall like it sucks because it's like I can't like spoil anything, but like it's such a poorly written episode placed between like some of the best like arcs of the show, which makes it hurt even more. Like it sticks out too much. So yeah, I mean, but other than that, pretty good. I'd recommend it. Just you know, I just don't like that one episode, but the rest of it is great. Sorry, I'm telling people to stare at my aquarium. I gotta make sure this goes well. I have sponsors watching. Honestly, I want to do this like stupid Twitch. I mean, great and awesome Twitch bounties, not stupid. I'll never call sponsorship stupid. But if you don't know, there's like it's either if you're a affiliate or a partner. I don't know which. But if you get one of those ranks, you get the Twitch bounties program, which is basically like a board of like sponsorships that you can take, and they all have like pretty specific like directions of like play this game for an hour, have this logo and like code for an hour in your stream or something, and then you just get paid at the end. Which is like fine. I have no problem with that for like Twitch streamers trying to like make bank. That's like perfectly fine, but like I don't think there's much expectation on what else you can do in those streams. It's really only you have to fulfill those requirements, and then everything else is just optional. Like if Mountain Dew is offering a sponsorship where you put like their new drink on your stream for like an hour, you can do whatever the hell else you want for the entire hour. It's just the logo has to be there for like the entire hour. So you could do anything. I could do this and probably get paid. It doesn't have to be interesting or like engaging gameplay most of the time. And I'm just imagining like how like I don't know. Maybe it's like cynical, but I just really want to see like how far you could stretch those and just mess with sponsors, because I feel like you could do pretty well. Just put on the logo in the corner and mainstream. Well, just play a fucking I don't know what's like the most. This is like begging for trouble, but like what's the most vulgar game you could stream that's not like straight up banned? Because there's a lot of very like vulgar games, but a lot of them are banned on Twitch. So I'm trying to think of like what's the best example that you could get away with. Like probably some HIO games, I feel, because a lot of them aren't even going to be registered unless they're like well known. But I don't know. What's like a fucking what's that one Rockstar game that got banned in Australia? The one where you record Manhunt. Just play like Manhunt on stream while you have the fucking HelloFresh sponsor in the corner. I bet those dead bodies taste better than HelloFresh. I do fucking I don't know if I hate HelloFresh, maybe that's too strong of a word, but I don't really have like any respect for the company. I just think it's a stupid business model. I am on board with getting people to cook more, but I think the way HelloFresh does it is just dumb. I think it's just objectively better to just do your own grocery shopping. Like, yeah, you'll have leftover ingredients, but you can just use those. It's not a big deal if you have like leftover paprika or fucking whatever seasonings. If you have like leftover lemons, you know the saying, make lemon pie. Like I get I do get annoyed with like vegetables or fruits that rot in like 2 days. That's annoying. But that kind of just means you have to like pay attention. Like it's annoying if you have to buy like I guess like Costco, for example. I've seen like prepackaged, well not prepackaged, but like plastic bags where you have to buy the entire bag in one go and you have like 4 bell peppers in one bag. And for me as one person, that's too much. I can't cook with that many bell peppers without one of them rotting. That's why it's just better to like go to like a regular grocery store and like pick the exact amount of produce you need. And then it won't go bad. That's and it's economical and it's you can still cook. Like the recipes are the fucking same. You don't need you don't need to subscribe to HelloFresh to get the recipes. You can just like steal them and then just buy the ingredients yourself. And also like the whole thing is like they ship you a bunch of ingredients and the ingredients all have to be packaged with just like fucking magical freezer block thing that comes in the box. And all of the food is packaged in like plastic and shit. It's like what? It's not really. And it has to be shipped. It has to like go on a truck and a plane and shit. Like, is it really like that? I doubt it's actually good for like the environment. Honestly. There's a big shark in the middle. That one's great. That one's crazy. Sorry, I gotta take a drink. This water's making me thirsty. Ugh. Ugh. I think the stream format's great. I think this is the future. I think at this point, honestly, I mean, with how the wind is blowing right now, a lot of games are getting banned anyways. You might as well just jump on the Aquarium boat now. I mean, don't listen. Don't act surprised in like a year from now when Ludwig and Queso gets on the Aquarium trend. All right, it's gonna be big. I guarantee it. There's, you know how like, well, I'm really gonna alienate my audience with this one, but you know how like fucking, Sonic Youth and Swans were hanging out back in the early No Wave days and talking to Glenn Bronca. I'm just saying, I This is my ascension. All right. If you get that, you earn $10, or something. That's for a real. I say real no wave heads, but that's just like that's just for the no wave heads. That's not real no wave heads. I don't know what. That's beyond me. Like I haven't listened to like James Chant, so I can't say I'm a real no wave head. I know it sounds fucking stupid if you don't know what no wave is, but if you're on Rate Your Music too much, you will understand. So just trust. Anyways. Oh. That shark in the middle, that one now in the bottom. I don't. Is it the same guy that keeps coming around, making the rotation just to like rest? Are they making laps and like resting every single lap? Like it looks out of breath, which is, I don't know how that's possible as a fish. You guys seeing this? I'm not crazy, right? I'm not crazy. I knew it. It never change. Wait, I was watching. Okay, I was mentioned Steins Gate. I've also been watching Trigun recently, which is a '90s classic, cousin to Cowboy Bebop, I suppose, in that it's a gun show. But it's completely different vibe. It's like so interesting to look back at that like old, cartoony, like goofy type of like anime. So it's been entertaining, but I'm kind of scared because every time I read about it, people just say like, "Oh yeah, it's unfinished," or like it's confusing, or like it diverts from the manga, or like just ends abruptly, and the manga's hard to read. It's like I'm spoiled on all the peak that as soon as I get to something that's maybe has hints of mid scattered throughout, I get a little scared. But I mean, it's good to experience stuff that isn't perfect. I played Triban Kaitos, and that shit was fucking like a 7 out of 10, even though it was like 50 hours long. But yeah, that shit was fucking maybe not mediocre, but pretty middling for the most part. I read a lot of stuff after I finished it, like, oh yeah, the story's great, and I don't know, I don't want to be pretentious, but sometimes I feel like capital G gamers just live on like a different world, because there was not really much of any interesting story. Like there was a story, but I wouldn't really say honestly much happened that was interesting. It was just like, oh yeah, this is a JRPG and we need a boss and we need characters to fight the boss, so let's set all of that up. There wasn't really like any more motivation than that. There wasn't any reason to care about anything. Whereas like when I enjoy a story, I like to like I like when the characters like develop and there's like cool thematic ideas and shit like that, which Baden Kaitos does like none of. And that's why I've been speaking the Deltarune Gospel for so long now, is because it actually has a ton of fucking meat on the bones. It's so like I don't know if it's fair to call it like concisely written, but there's a lot of subtleties that like are easy to read, but also if you come back to it with the proper lens, like, I feel like it is a rewarding story to take apart, because there's a lot of connections within itself in Undertale that make it like enjoyable to dissect. It's probably why Fury crafting is so crazy with the community. But I genuinely, yeah, I can't enjoy the themes of that anymore. It's peak, of course. But yeah, I feel like some people just, story is just like a vehicle for action to happen, which is just so lame. I like good action, but I want it to mean something. There was a good Drew Gooden video. I'm just going to glaze all of my favorite recent stories, I guess. There was a good Drew Gooden video like a year ago about Andor and Star Wars shows in general, and he had a great quote about like how there's a ton of action in like the new Disney Plus shows, but none of it ever means anything. Whereas Andor doesn't have as much action, but everything on the screen means something to the characters and like to the plot and to the themes of the show, which is like so much more rewarding to invest your time in. Like the action is just flashy. As soon as you like watch it once, it's like it's just there for like the eye candy. If it has no emotional weight behind it, then it doesn't. There's no reward for like caring beyond watching. There's no reward to talking about it, really. Which is good. That was a good analysis that I enjoyed. Am I already bantered out? Have I reached my limit? Only an hour in? I mean, technically not even an hour. It's like 40 minutes in. Alright. Enough fucking around. I'm here to talk about the important shit that... Oh, look at that fish. Look at that shark. They got real close. I'm here talking about the important shit, which is what the newest toys from Toys Story. No, not Toy Story. Toys R Us, which is still in business, and it is real, and you can go to it. What are toys up to now? I feel like I haven't thought about. I mean, okay, I have cousins that are like very young and still play with toys, but I can't say I've ever like paid attention. I feel like toys are just the same still. They haven't, like, they have different like media properties attached to them, but they haven't really evolved. Really, there's nothing like crazy. They don't have like, I don't know. I want toys that are like advanced. I want advanced toys. I want like electromagnetism to be incorporated. There should be like toy railguns that you can. New Nerf idea. You have like a Nerf railgun, and it shoots at like 200 miles per hour, but it's just like a little foam bullet. But it punches through your door anyways. Oh, maybe I should do a toy stream. Just play with toys. I don't even. I think all my shit is gone. Is the problem? I don't even have my Hot Wheels anymore, which is sad. I had a fancy briefcase for my Hot Wheels in the shape of tires, or in the shape of a tire, and it had a bunch of little rectangular slots to put my Hot Wheels in. And I had like a couple dozen Hot Wheels in it. That shit was peak for me as a 10-year-old. I did like basically like Power Ranger ripoffs with my cars, and they were like all characters. Man, simple days. What happened? What happened, man? Woke took this from you. They took Hot Wheels. Now they're ugly wheels. Can't make them hot. Can't make them hot anymore. You can't try to fuck them. It's not allowed anymore. That fucking lazy ass shark is out of breath again. Unbelievable. Well, what do you guys think? Is this a good stream? Are you enjoying yourself? Get in the comments. Give this stream a star rating. Let's bring back the star ratings for YouTube. Give this a star rating out of 5 in only 0.5 positive integer increments. Give it a rating out of 5 stars. And leave in-depth critique, minimum 200 words, maximum 500 words, 5 paragraphs, and with MLA formatting, and at least 3 citations that are peer-reviewed. And you have to email me about your idea before you comment it. And then you have a 1-week deadline after that. And you have to submit on Canvas. So just plan on that. Alright, plan on... I've already forgot everything I said. Just leave a comment. Leave your rating. Leave your credit card. And your address. And your LinkedIn. And your... I don't give me PayPal. Give me $200 through PayPal, and there will be 200 more streams of this. I think my I'm trying to assess. I'm trying to self-assess. I feel like this would benefit massively if there was another participant. However, that would require roping somebody in to talk. But maybe I should do that. I feel like there's like 3 of my friends that all want to stream, I feel. So really, I should just be using this as an opportunity to like gateway drug them into like getting comfortable with talking a lot. So honestly, I'm just gonna do that. Alright. I'm not gonna give up on the aquarium idea. It's too good. It's too good to not be real. It just needs more people, and it needs more viewers. This would be a good stream if I had 1,000 viewers. This would be a good stream. But if it had 0 viewers, it'd be a bad stream. I don't know. I mean, this is the problem when you're starting out streaming. And I say starting out when I've been streaming for like 3 years. You can't put all. You can't care too much. You can't give 150% of your effort into like a really high concept stream idea, because if you do that, you're gonna spend so much time prepping and trying to make your stream fancy, and then when you go online, only like one person's gonna be viewing, and then it's gonna be like, well, what the fuck was all that for then? Now it would be, it still can be fun, but tree falls in a forest and nobody's there to hear it. It kind of doesn't feel as good. Just like how I've made videos before that took a lot of effort, and regardless of the effort put in, it feels much better when people talk about it afterwards. I spent like a month of like sophomore year making one video that was just like an elaborate like tech conference parody thing. It's so complicated. It's not really complicated, but like I don't. It's a convoluted explanation. But I spent like a month straight on that, and then I released it, and then like 3 or 4 people watched it, told me that they liked it, and then that was kind of it. And it's like that was probably about as good as I could have done, really, because that's like it reached to my friend group, and they liked it, and that was about all I could have hoped for. I mean, you don't make stuff if you don't have the internet capital to begin with, then you can't like make stuff trying to gain that. You just have to like make shit in the first place. So that's why the aquarium stream is happening. Is it because I have no video games that I want to play? Actually, no. I do have like I have a list like right on my desk that's like pinned up. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6. I have at least 6 okay ideas for like stream games. But after those 6, I don't know. I might run out, and then I'm gonna look like a fool when I'm gonna be streaming white screen for a month straight. But yeah, I mean, I got more ideas in the back of my head. Gun to my head. Gun to the back of my head. I have more ideas. But one at a time. I think it would still be fun to do slightly more elaborate bits, but it has to be fun for me to do as well, because there's a decent possibility that almost nobody will actually see the stream with that bit, in which case it's for fuck all then. So it might as well be fun for me. I gotta take another drink. It's crazy how much this is straining my voice already. Not like terribly so, but I can already feel it. I guess an hour straight of talking does that to you, but like it probably also doesn't help that I'm like 2 weeks out of practice. That's probably the main thing. So it'd probably be easier if I keep in practice. It's crazy that Northern does this for like 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. He just does this shit. Just raw dogs it. because I feel like there's a lot of streamers that stream a lot for like long times and like often throughout the week, but the difference is like Norverline actually talks for the entire stream length. That's completely different than when you get to take a break and just like play the game for like a couple minutes. Like bigger streamers can afford to have dead silence because they'll just keep the audience. They know they have like a base audience retention no matter what. That will stay no matter what. So they can have dead silence. They can not banter the entire time. Norverline also has that security, but he also just talks a lot because that's just who he is. Now I have to talk a lot because if somebody comes in randomly and I'm not talking, then they're gonna think the stream is boring within like 2 seconds and then leave. But I don't have the security of any dead silence or any base audience really. I don't have enough people in the rotation to guarantee that. Oh, don't worry. It's fine. They're fine. God. I will say, not to make any excuses, but I also say banter does generally get easier if you have a chatter in the stream, which I don't. So I'm kind of just shooting at a blank wall. But you know, the fish are here. Hear me? They're like, I'm not insane. The fish are here. It's like Beauty and the Beast. You know, I've never seen that movie, but I think something happens in that that's like this. Oh. This noise is probably I'm gonna say aquarium ambience is like top 5 peaceful noises. I feel like there's not a whole lot better. There's like maybe cicadas chirping. There's I don't know if you consider like a light humming as peaceful, because that could be like hell if you work like a 9 to 5 and there's like a light right over you. That might not be peaceful. Ambient sounds. I don't know. There's nothing. Not much else has the same texture and the same depth as a water. It's got a specific kind of piece to it that you can't replicate with land noises. Ugh. Oh, am I bantered out? Am I boring? Oh. I don't know. I feel like I like to consider myself a decent conversationalist. Yes, I mumble. Fuck you. But that's just part of my speech. But in terms of the actual conversation flow, I feel like I do a decent job of holding my own. I've improved considerably over the years. That being said, trying to just like banter. I mean, this is what I'm doing. This is practice. All right, I'm Evo's going on, all the crazy competitions going on. This is my Evo. All right, I gotta like practice for the regionals, the streaming regionals, which is to say, I need to be a better streamer than all my friends because that's important, and that's important for the heart. All right, I don't know what I mean by that, but it's important to me that I'm a little egotistical and think I'm interesting enough to listen to that I can like retain an audience. Um, I guess you could argue the lack of chatters is a testament to that I'm not, but I don't know. A lot of people calling sick today. Kind of weird. I'm just saying. Anybody talking about this? Anybody notice that as soon as I mentioned the Epstein files, nobody was coming to my stream? I don't know. I'd keep an eye. Jeff Bezos, I know what you did. I'm just saying. Oh fuck. We got it. Oh. I think this was a great idea. I think this was a great stream. Yeah, nobody may have watched, but I think this is perfect. I think I found my element, and my element is water. My greatest strength, water. My greatest weakness, not water. I think this is the future. No more video games are gonna be played. No more bits. The stream this channel will not have humor. It will not be comedic, and it will not be funny. We're only here for serious philosophy. Yeah, this is the rerun. I am those like instead of those like there's those like weird YouTube channels promoting themselves to like alpha males and like incels basically. They're like, this is how you have to talk to a woman and all. I'm carving a new this is the third wave. This is the third stream. This is a new way forward. I'm going to be the YouTube Shorts creator that only talks about serious philosophical topics in front of an aquarium, and I'm going to change. I'm going to appeal to, I guess, 20-something non-binary people. I'm gonna have, but a lot of them. But yeah, they'll be my audience, and I'll make YouTube Shorts that caters to them, and I'll be like, this is how you have to rationalize your life. This is how you have to live your life. These are all. You know what? I should just multi-class. Fuck it. These are all the foods you should avoid. These are all the foods you should eat. I can be a nutrition person. I can be philosophy coach. I can be life coach. I can be a work coach. You know those videos of people be like, this is how you study 12 hours every day. I'm gonna do that. This is how you aquarium 12 hours a day. What else? Gaming news. I could do that. I could talk about Marvel Rival. They added new character. I can do that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do all of these, and they're all gonna be YouTube shorts, and they're all gonna have aquarium footage, and I'm just gonna talk to the audience, and this will be. I'm gonna undo all the damage that Jordan Peterson did, and Ben Shapiro. And then, you know, from there it's only a few steps until the International Workers of the World unite, and their membership goes up from like 10,000 people. What I'm saying is, this will be this is a new way forward. What did I do wrong? There's nobody here. I think it's kind of inconvenient because I would have streamed earlier, but like either earlier in the day or like yesterday or Friday or some shit. But I feel like all of my friends are busy, specifically there's like road trips going on, they're not in town, they have like more important shit going on. So I feel like mostly everybody's just out doing other things. So even though I picked a weekend, finally, nobody's here. Maybe next time I should just fucking compete for Norverline's bracket. Next stream's gonna be tomorrow at 9 a.m. Actually, this would be fun if I had more people, but the idea of getting up to do like a 7 a.m. stream is really funny. But I don't actually think, I'm pretty sure nobody would actually join, because people have jobs and shit. Be kind of funny though. I don't know what the hell I would do. I guess I could do a newspaper. Maybe I should do a newspaper stream where I just make up the news. I guess I could buy a newspaper and read it, but that's too much work. I think I just want to like make up the news or something. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe next stream is news stream. No, morning talk show stream. News and morning talk show and Weather. News and morning talk show and Weather, and a public access show at 7 a.m. Would anybody join? Okay, 7 a.m. is too early. 9 a.m. I feel like people would be alive for that. Maybe I should do 9 a.m. I'm not gonna. Oh, I'm so tempted to say, like, tell people, like, hey, look out 9 a.m. tomorrow. I want to do that so badly, because that'd be so funny. But part of me also just wants to, like, surprise people when my friend's gonna see me streaming at like 9:02 and be like, what the fuck is happening? You don't think I can get up early? I'm built for this shit. Not really, but I could get up early if it's for a good bit. I'll do anything if it's funny. I shouldn't say that, but I'll do pretty much anything if it's funny. So I don't know. I think morning talk show stream, it would be kind of cool. I'll be honest, I'm kind of at a disadvantage because there's no like banter. Wait, this is perfect. Because of a morning talk show, a radio show. Guess what one of the segments they do is it's a call-in. I can just have my friends call in, and then we can just talk. This is perfect. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck the aquarium. No, aquarium's so good. But we'll have the aquarium, we'll have morning talk show, we'll have a aquarium to close out. I'm just building my own TV channel with like public access content. This is what I'm doing. And just talk. This is like a talk radio channel. This is all I'm doing. But this is the new way. I think this is the new way forward. You just gotta bring back radio a bit. And then in the afternoon I can play music and have advertisements. Fuck, I should get advertisements. I should get like... Oh, no, but it takes effort. I don't want to put effort. But it'd be funny. Ugh. This job's so hard. This is such a difficult job. This is way harder than a 9 to 5, I'm sure of it. This is so much harder than working in the factories all day around chemicals and loose fluid. This is tough, man. Water. Be sure to take a drink. Ugh. You know, I wanted to at least hit the 2 hour mark, but I don't think it's happening. I think that's not gonna happen. Probably. I don't... Is anybody live? Or, not live, online. One of my friends is playing Ace Attorney. Bullshit. I will say, there was that Nintendo Direct the other day that was, like, very boring. And whatever. You have, like, Elliot, and that shit. I'm so frustrated with Capcom. There's not been an Ace Attorney. I've probably ranted about this like 4 times on like all of my streams so far, but I am pissed off that Ace Attorney is not even like... They're not even acknowledging it. Like, every single game in that series, all 10 games, have been remastered and re-released onto modern platforms. Like... There's no more they can do. Even Ghost Trick got a remaster. What more? They can't touch any other like of Shu Takumi's work. It's all modernized, like, and yet it's still been 8 years since the last Ace Attorney game. They haven't made or even hinted at making a new one in 8 years. They were making one like almost every year back then, like Dual Destinies 2013, Great Ace Attorney 1 2015, Spirit of Justice 2016, Great Ace Attorney 2 2017, and then nothing for 8 years. It's not that hard to make one. And don't tell me that like they don't have the writing ambition or whatever. They didn't even finish. There's a whole character, a main character in the main games that like I feel like she doesn't even have a resolved arc yet. Like Athena Sykes had an arc in Dual Destinies. Got a little bit of like a hint of like future character development in Spirit of Justice. And then nothing more. They totally have more to work with her. But maybe it's too much to see a woman be well developed. I don't know. It pisses me off because like and like the Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice, those are like some of the worst games in the series. Pretty mediocre writing on the whole. But Great Ace Attorney is like some of my favorite writing, and that was made around the same time. So clearly, if they just have the right director and writer on board, it would go pretty well. But I don't know. And like, if nothing else, if they really don't have any place to like take those characters, just make new ones. You already did it once. You could just make an entirely new cast of characters. Just have the same format and it works. I don't get it, man. Ugh. Ugh. Alright, I'm tempted to ping my friend that's playing Ace Attorney and tell him to join my stream, but that seems like it's kind of just a sign that like I probably ran out of fuel. I was hoping like somebody would join eventually and then we could like keep it going for another half hour, but maybe it's just a bad time. But you know what's a good time? 9 a.m. in the morning with a cup of coffee and breakfast. Maybe we should do a breakfast review as well. Okay. Yeah, the next stream tomorrow morning. No, but I have to be productive. I have to do a little bit of productivity, right? But what's more, I mean, listen, what's more productive than getting your leisure out of the way in the morning and then you can lock in the rest of the day? If you get all your fun and games out in the morning, then you know you have to spend the rest of the day locking in. If you don't have any leisure for the first 8 hours of the day, then you're going to be tempted to take a break in the middle of your work to play around. But if you fuck around for like the first few hours of the day, then the rest of the day you're going to be like, oh, okay, now I have to lock in. Maybe I'm onto something. Maybe there's a new Sigma schedule. Wake up 4 a.m., play fucking Marvel Rivals for 5 hours straight, eat breakfast, go to gym, work out, and then 12 hours non-stop work, whatever the hell that is. All right. Well, I guess it's kind of obvious. I kind of ran out of fuel a little bit ago, but it seems I've picked a bad time for the stream. But I'm confident. I'm confident this working, right? Yes. No, it's not. I was about to say yes, but I'm actually deciding no. It's not a podcast. All right, even if there's another person here, it won't be a podcast because it'll be serious. It'll be a serious discussion about real issues. All right? No goofing around. I'm sure of it. Okay, like actually to break kayfabe. I have thought about like putting other people like in call while as I play just a random game, because like Radio TV Solutions, RTVS, they do that all the time for like all of their streams, and it's like a ton of fun. I think that's great. It's just super easy to like if you don't have a viewer, or if you don't have a lot of viewers, you just have another person in call to banter with. That's perfect, and it's fun. I feel like the only reason I haven't done it is a lot of the games I play just involve like reading shit out and wouldn't really be conducive for that. Like, I don't think In Stars and Time would have worked well. I think being isolated and alone for most of that experience was kind of a good. It was a good way for me to be miserable in an immersive way. But like other games, I feel like I don't know what do I have on my list. Like I have Slate of Princess. I want to play that. I'm not sure if that would really be good for other people to join in on because it's just a story game. It's kind of the same with AI Somnium Files. Like you can't. If you have people paying attention to your stream the entire time, then that can be fun. But I don't want to put that pressure on my friends. Necessarily. But if I had something like a fucking Fractal Block World, if I was playing that, I think it'd probably... Yeah, that would be conducive. Because that game's incomprehensible anyway, so like... It'd probably be good to have other people there. But... Yeah, I mean... Otherwise I kind of just want people on stream to talk with like in a raw environment. I think it'd be fun. But maybe once I get into the groove of that, I will actually transition into just like playing casual games with friends bantering. Although again, that's gonna depend on availability, which, as we see with tonight's stream, not always guaranteed. Not in a resentful way, just like in a life happens way. But yeah. Alright, I've probably meandered long enough. Alright, well, thank you to the one person that joined and talked about Fish Yuri. I think I will... I don't know. There will be more talk streams for sure. I'm not giving up on Aquarium. I think it was just bad timing. I'm staying a believer. But believer? It's a believe year. It's a year of believing. Anyways, if you sat through that, thank you. I hope it was interesting. Hope it was insightful. Hope you learned something, because that's what really matters. I hope you didn't laugh, because this is serious. And if you did laugh, you have to Venmo me, because it's bad. Okay, bye.